Ha ha! We're back!
You know, here we are. This is our second outing with Mr. Cassidy here.
I'm back.
He is back. This is Quarantine Concert Series number 24.
24.
And if you're tuning in on this, you might wonder, oh, wait a minute. I thought Jorma was doing a gig in Connecticut. And the answer is, Jorma is doing a gig in Connecticut. We actually just got a jump on this one. So this is actually pre-recorded, but Vanessa will be live on the feed, and Mr. Cassidy will be too. So if you wanted to chit-chat with Jack for a while, stick around and talk to him on the feed. And
Keep it clean, everybody.
well, you know.
So,
Yes.
oh, were you finished?
No,
I'm
I
sorry.
was just, I'm just happy to be here.
I know. We're really happy to be here, and I really hope that everybody enjoyed our Quarantine Vault series. We had a lot of great shows, mostly tuna shows, but the interview last weekend was, the 2 interviews was really special. And we have some other stuff that we haven't shown, so who knows, over the winter we'll see what we can pull out of the.
I really enjoyed those myself.
I know, they were great.
Where do we record that? Some guy was saying, it looks like a shopping mall. Oh, no, it's the student union at OU.
It was. And that, just so if anybody missed the feed, that interview with Scotty Hall, who basically was just reading questions that the producer and the director had asked. They were going to take that footage that you were being
Right.
asked about Janice. So he sounded kind of like a machine, but they weren't going to use that. They
Right,
were
and
just
some of
gonna-
the questions were the same in some of the comments, because I was on the feed last week, and the reason is because they would have cut and picked it, but you know, we just gave you the raw footage, and that was the dang deal.
But it was really a lot of fun, and
It
I'm
was.
always amazed at what you can remember. So, again, welcome back, Jack. We're so happy to have you and Deborah, and Chester's back.
Chester,
Yeah,
Chester
he's liable
needs
to
a
make an
bath.
appearance
He
later
might.
on.
He might come in.
I drove out, took 10 days in my new RV, and had a great experience traveling through the good old US of A. It was really fantastic.
good
Great.
stuff.
Well, it's peak foliage this weekend, I think, and we haven't had colors like this forever, so it is quite beautiful.
It is.
So we're going to jump right in here, and since tonight is Jorma and Jack are going to kind of interview each other, just something a little different for all of you that are tired of listening to me. Don't worry, I'm here. I'm just going to see how this plays out. So Jorma does have some questions there. We
do.
also have a couple of show specials tonight. Jorma, grab that fleece throw
Oh, yeah, this-
behind you. This is very cool. This
This
is
is cool.
a laser etched fleece throw that we pulled together for an outdoor drive-in gig that Jorma has
Yep.
coming up. So actually,
And it's really better than a Snuggie.
It'd make
It
a
is.
great RV.
you know what? Jorma's doing you'll be doing the drive-in this weekend when this airs.
Correct.
So we also have the hot tuna mask.
Hot tuna mask, we got a hot tuna mask, yes, here it is.
Comes with I think it's a PM25 filter. They're
Yep.
very nice, high quality, made by a company called Sock Fancy. And I don't know if Jorma's wearing any of his fancy socks, but all those groovy socks that Jorma wears come
No,
from
not
Sock
today.
Fancy.
Today I have Kane 11 socks on, sized for my foot.
How nice.
They're boring looking, but they're really comfy.
And we brought back John Hurlbut's, the Ross Hurlbut's, or Ross Hurl, I think it just says. Ross
Correct.
Hurl's Jamaican sorrel tea. This
Yep.
is a fantastic tea, ginger and sorrel. Sorrel is really like hibiscus. It's fantastic iced, even better hot. So that just came back after being gone for a while. And we have Jorma's Rhythm Tonic Tea.
Which is good hot or cold.
That's right. And this is the perfect gift for right now. This is our canvas tote. We love this. It says, "This machine makes peace," red, white, and blue.
Yep. Yes, we paraphrased Woody, but That's okay.
That's right. So here's the deal. Here's the special. If you buy the canvas tote, a John tee, a Yorma tee, and that fleece, we'll throw in a hot tuna mask and maybe something else.
So I noticed there's still a poster sitting here probably from the last live shows we did. Do we have any more of these
We
posters?
still have some of those posters, and we have a
Okay.
new batch that you and Jack are actually gonna sign. These are not the quarantine poster. This is the 50th anniversary. When these are gone, they're gone. That one is autographed.
Gilroy was here.
That's right. So, those are our show specials, and as always, our shows are brought to you by Yorma's Choice CBD products, and as we are fond of saying, the only choice in CBD. It's actually doing very well. We have a brand-new 1,000-milligram tincture coming out. Not sure if it'll be ready for this weekend, but we're really excited about it. Thank you for your support with all the items that we've been showing during the quarantine concerts. And we also want to say thank you to our crew. Tonight's crew is Myron Hart on sound, Andy Walla doing all of the stream machines, and me. I'm running all the cameras tonight.
You are.
Nice, Jack.
Well done.
And we want to say thank you to whoever suggested we do a tip jar back in April when we started these quarantine concerts. So tonight, at some point, across the screen will come a PayPal address or a Venmo address, and if you want to donate to the crew, that would be great. And since we got to pay to send you back, Jack, guys can donate to help with all the gas for the RV when he eventually goes back.
I got 7.4 miles to the gallon. That
Ooh,
wasn't bad.
Not bad.
ouch.
7.4.
All right.
One of the load ups was $140.
Oh my gosh.
The way it was
80
meant
gallons.
to be.
I love it.
So we're going to jump right in. The questions tonight, I think you guys are going to ask the questions, or Yorma's going to be but we don't have to do it right now. We're going to
No,
get you
we'll do
playing.
it later. I'll be the questionnaire. We only got 3 questions, but they're good.
Yeah.
They're good.
All right. So,
All righty.
gentlemen, nice to have you back. Take
Nice
it away.
to be back.
And we've got Mr. Hart up there too, by the way.
I mentioned him.
Mention Myron?
I did. I talked about my crew.
I must have had a lapse of sanity.
Hello, McFly.
Hello, McFly. Okay. All righty. Now don't you leave me here. Said don't you leave me here. Well now, pretty baby, I said if you can go, leave me a dime for beer. Well now I never have. One woman at a time. And if you see me, I'll always have 6, 7, 8, or 9. Well, don't you leave me here. Said, don't you leave me here. Well, now, pretty baby, if you go, leave me a dime for beer. by that rooster crow. You know his head run round, and she's crying, if you want to taste my fricassee, you got to run me down. Well, don't you leave me here. Said, don't you leave me here. Well, now, pretty baby, if you go, leave me a dime for a beer. Well, don't you leave me here. Goodness gracious.
Yeah. Nice to
You know, Jack, I didn't hear any applause, but I did hear somebody's cell phone in the background. Somebody didn't silence their cell
No,
phone.
I did. I'm so sorry. Myron
business
was looking
going
at me going, what's going on? So we're all Mac here. So my phone is silenced. My computer is silenced. It rang on Myron's computer, which is my other Mac. I apologize.
Okay.
Blame it on him. Woo! That was great, guys. Woo, woo, woo!
Oh, boy. Well, that's a perfect lead up to the next song. Let me just check the tuning before we do this next song. Yeah. Yeah, I was taking that personally.
I'm so sorry.
Not a problem because...
I hear the phone too, and Myron's looking at me, staring at the computer and giving me the stink eye. God. We haven't seen each other in like a month, so.
Trouble in mind, I'm blue. Won't be blue always. Will the sun gonna shine in my back door someday? Baby gone, she's gone. Won't be gonna wait. Will the sun gonna shine in my back door someday? Take a walk, way by that lonesome railroad line, and live at 219 special. I said, satisfy my worried mind. And if the blues don't leave me, mama, long, rock away my Cadillac. Trouble in mind when I'm blue. I said, won't be blue always. Will the sun gonna shine on my back door? I said, the sun gonna shine on my back door. Now will the sun gonna shine on my back door someday? Well done, well done.
How's that?
Good.
We'll get Chester to put his paws together.
Maybe we'll grab a quick question here.
Yeah,
Well, this is good.
all right.
So folks last week noticed this, and I'm sure we talked about it then, but we can't talk about it too much. That's the royal imperative. We have noticed that you have a new instrument here. Like I said, I'm sure we talked about it last week. But the question here is, for Jack, do you or have you ever played upright bass?
Well, I'm sort of a closet upright bass player. I have one. I have a small Gibson plywood bass that I
Is
got,
that what
and
they're
I play
made of?
around with it. But I'm not a trained classical violinist, which a double bass is. It's a big violin. And so I started off playing guitar. So I went into bass guitar playing. So that is, in the good old days, in the early 60s, late 50s, early 60s, when I saw people like Charles Mingus and Scotty LaFaro and great jazz upright bassists, I've always chased that sound somewhat in my electric bass playing. And I've always wanted something that would approach that, particularly with working in the early days with Jorma with his acoustic guitar. And I would, with my guilds and whatnot, I try to get an acoustic-like sound to match that acoustic sitting across from me. So today, many years later, 50, 60 years later, I finally have an instrument, one of them of which I'm playing, that a collaboration with Tom Rebecca and myself 8 years ago, after my late wife's passing, inspired me to put together and attempt to do some new work in science in making an acoustic bass guitar. And here today, 8 years later, is the Diana 4 bass that I just picked up on the way coming out here, which really just on its own, although I have some sound reinforcement today, holds up sitting across from Jorma with his acoustic guitar and sounds like a bass rather than something you feel like you got to plug in to get low end. And so many years later, I'm really happy to be able to match up the sounds with this in the acoustic world that we play in.
So you said that you have a plywood upright bass. Were you
Yeah.
joking? Are they made of
No,
plywood?
they are. In the late 40s, they started developing an Epiphone. Was a big name in this, and building bases that could be carried around without being so delicately hand carved out of great rare woods that $200,000 bases, concert bases are. So they started making double bases with a molded plywood top. And the thing is that the joke was it could fall off the back of a truck, and still work. So you started seeing those Bill Black's bass with Elvis, you started seeing them in the country world early. And as they made that transformation over to electric bass, that style of bassing sort of bass grew on its own in the country world and bluegrass world. And but all those basses are made out of plywood. That doesn't mean it sounds bad. It's a denser kind of sound. It's a laminated sound, and it has a certain thunk to it and thump that the concert double bass won't have because it's carved out of one piece of wood.
Yeah, a more elitist way to say that, instead of saying plywood, you could say it has a laminated top.
A laminated top, exactly. You know.
So,
But Gibson made a few of them before the Second World War, and when the Second World War ended, they came back and they decided not to pursue that line. And pretty much Epiphone was the big dog in that area. They made a lot of most of those late 40s and early 50s plywood or laminated basses. And but Gibson made a few rare ones, and I have one of them, 1938 bass.
So our buddy Byron House, great bass player, lives in Nashville. He has a lot of basses because he's a bass player. He plays upright bass a lot. He's got that German upright bass from the early 1800s. I guarantee that's not a laminated one.
And that's not the one you
That's not
you
the one that
carry
straps on the
around,
top of his
and,
car.
or carry around in your pickup truck. You know?
Exactly. So last but not least, and if I already said this, I'm an old guy and I repeat myself. Is that a 3/4 size bass, or what size bass is that one that gives?
The little one that I have. That's a 3/4 bass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Well, that answered that question all right.
All right. Yeah, I called up Walter Carter and talked to him about it and all that. And he said, "You keep that." He said, "It's a very rare instrument."
Yeah.
It was the wife. I bought it from Bob Hall's wife. Bob Hall made the Versatone amplifier, and he developed that Versatone amplifier. His wife. His wife played stand-up bass with Carmen Miranda and a bunch of big band, small combo work in the 30s and 40s, and so he wanted to build a hi-fi amplifier for sound reinforcement for that bass, and that's how the Versatone got started.
Cool, man. Awesome. Well, let's pick another tune here. I'm almost overwhelmed with all that data.
Shall we?
Actually, it's a good thing that you are traveling in an RV, because I don't see that particular bass
this is
fitting
not
comfortably
going on
into a car.
Not going on a plane yet. And we were talking about that yesterday, I've now got 4 of these basses, and they're all a very unique sound, but I'm glad I have the RV to this, because I wouldn't want to check this one in right
No,
now.
absolutely not. All righty. Need you, darling, though you think I lie. If you don't believe I love you, look into my eyes. Every day you hurt me, and I don't know why. Though the night will change into the morning. Say you're walking on a road, don't lead anywhere, and you don't know where you're going, just don't care. Got to be at least one thing makes your life worthwhile. If you live, you'll find it in the morning. what to say. Help you find a way in a world that's governed by your soul. Well, I don't know just what to do. I'm feeling nearly through. Way this time it's hard to climb. I'm trying to. You know I need you here before I die. If I fail on this time round, yes, I'll always try. For I miss your loving, reaching for the sky. I'll be waiting for you in the morning. Well, I'll be waiting for you in the morning. Thank you. I hope that made Paul Karp happy. That's all I can say.
Paul, who's Paul Karp?
He loves that song.
I know
He
he does.
actually is. Thanks, Paul, for
Everything.
badgering me until I relearned the song again. I appreciate it. All righty. Well, Jack,
Yes.
I'm feeling the blues, kind of. Well, I got up this morning, child, around for my shoes. Lord knows I got them done, them old walking blues. Feeling right for my shoes. Lord knows I got them old walking blues. Right after ride the blind, been there and seen them all alone. Don't mind dying, I said. Have to ride the blind. Well, I've been mistreated. Don't mind dying. She got negligent, moving my head down to her toes. Breaks in on down and anywhere where she goes. Elves and moving from her head down to her toes. Oh, breaks in on down where she goes. who said, Lord knows I got them, baby, them old walking blues. Feeling rough my shoes. Well, Lord knows I got them old walking blues. Oh, Lord knows them old walking blues. Well, Lord knows I got them old walking blues.
All right.
All righty. Oh, I see a guitar change coming up. Maybe we'll quickly field another question here, and I'll do a guitar change. Okay. This question is for Yorma.
Okay.
That's me.
Yeah.
Okay, the question is, thanks for the vault concert with the interviews. It was great hearing Grace. It was great hearing Grace. Grace never lets us down, ever. Do you think she'd ever play again live? Do you ever think about writing with her? Okay, well, listen, any of us would love to write with Grace, and interestingly enough, I think I might have shared this, I can't remember what I had for breakfast, but in any case, at some point within the last couple of months, Vanessa and I were walking around doing something, and the phone rang, my cell phone rang, and it was Grace. I was flabbergasted because, you know, because Grace doesn't just pick up the phone and call a whole lot. It was Grace, and she just wanted to know what was going on and all this kind of stuff. And so,
Didn't she call to ask about Marlo?
oh, actually, she called to ask about one of our dogs who's been gone for a quarter of a century now. Right, yeah, Marlo, the bull terrier.
Who shared
Who
a
was-
bus with her.
Yeah, who shared a bus on the '89 tour.
Right.
That dog.
He may have thrown up in her bunk.
He might have, but that's another story. In any case, yeah. So, and so we got to talking, and I was asking, you know, because Grace has been very vocal about not being a visible rock and roll musician at her venerable age. Jack and I obviously disagree with her, but that's okay. In any case, so I was talking to her, and she goes, she says, you know, I never really liked touring, but I always really liked working in the studio. And then she goes, and actually, I've been sort of sitting around the house playing the keyboard, and I've been doing some writing. And I told her that if she does some writing and wants to do some recording in the studio, and
Right
doesn't
there.
involve me and Jack, we'll both be really upset. So we'll see. So Jack, you live in LA. You should pursue this with her.
Well, as a follow-up to that, I got a
Road
call.
trip.
Huh?
Road trip.
Yeah, well, I got a call from her about, I don't know, 4 weeks ago, I guess, maybe a little longer. And the same thing, she called, she wanted to know basically, you know, how I was doing. And we talk, you know, a few times a year in any case, but usually not at great length. We talked some politics for a while, and we did all of that, of course. And then I asked her about that, and I said, you know, Grace, she talked about performing, not wanting to perform live, and I said, but you know, your
yeah, she
piano-
always lays that on us.
Yeah, exactly. She always lays that on you. But I said, you know, I said, Grace, your piano's right there. I've seen it. I said, all you got to do is walk over to it. I said, you just. I said, I gave her compliments. I told her about how I love to work with her on songs, and her songwriting was of a unique approach that it really gave me challenging things to do on the bass. And I said, listen, Grace, you just walk over and write something. And I said the same thing. I said, listen, I got a studio here. I'll pick you up. You come on over. Yorma will come over. We'll do whatever. Or we'll put pieces together and set them around for each other. I said, there's a lot of ways to do this now and to have fun. We don't have to put it out, you know. We can just.
But we
get it.
could.
Yeah, but just the craft of songwriting, and she was enthused about it. So I think she's probably doing that very thing.
Yeah. So the answer is, yeah, we think about writing with her.
Yeah.
Do we think she'd ever play again live? I seriously doubt it.
Well, live as a
But
whole.
you never know.
Yeah.
It depends on what you mean by live. I mean, I don't see her
Exactly.
going on the road. She's not a road dog
You
anymore.
know, it would be
know-
kind of interesting that if the two of you did go to her home studio, and since you are both computer savvy, and you were recording that session, and it was decent enough audio-wise, she would probably allow something like that, where people could actually see her writing and you guys
Well, there's
writing
different-
and playing.
there's-
But as far as going
I mean, don't
physically
forget,
live,
there's different pressures on Grace that she's gone through a lot with by being Grace out in the world.
Right.
And so I think that she's gone shy from that sort of thing. But you never know. You
No, you never do know.
we did see her, I guess it would be 3 years ago now, at the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award ceremony out in LA. And she was very funny.
She
was
never
very
lets us down.
She was
Hey, listen,
very entertaining. I'm not
And let
gonna,
me
I'm
tell
not
you,
gonna say
she's
everything.
feistier than she's if she was Grace then. When I talked to her on the phone a few weeks ago, she was in great form. I mean, we
Yeah,
were
I'm
right
not gonna
there.
divulge all of her.
So I told her,
her,
I said, Grace, you, Yorma, and I were the three musketeers now. We're the ones left, And
Well,
she-
we asked
That's
her to
a-
keep it clean. They said, keep it clean, this is it was live to tape or whatever. She got in front of the mic to accept the award. And
I
she-
was amazed that they were able to artfully edit it so it
And she
remained
cursed
family
immediately.
friendly. I love that girl. She's the best.
All
Well,
right.
all righty. So anyhow,
So-
yeah. So the answer is yeah on many levels, and who the answer really is who knows? I mean, talk is cheap, Oh, never do that again.
Well,
But
you
you
might.
might.
She might.
So. Well, daily games run off like water, falling down like summer rain. We see each other in confusion and wonder why we came today. Sitting lonesome in a prison, looking out for ways to say what we mean with our confusion in a less uncommon way. Well, through your hair, across my eyes, twilight shafts in soft surprise reminds me once again of myself is to be with you. is to be with you.
I love that song.
I like that song too. It's a dandy. Now let me just double check this tuning again, since we have a guitar in a drop D tuning. The king of alternative tunings. We're gonna move out on the highway, make this moment last, we'll close it with the future, leaving out the past. Rolling along and doing fine, said what then? Think I see that bony hand coming back and then child on money, come and go with me. Isn't to say it's strong enough to get you round the turn, lying back in the middle of you, don't wash your body burn. Don't try to tell me just who I am, baby, you'll know yourself. Spend half the time running out on the street with your mind home on a shelf, looking at me with your eyes full of fire, and rather than see me dead, lying on the floor with a hole in my face and a 10-gauge shotgun at my head. Well, you can leave me here, but I won't tell things I know about you, I know so well. Will you smile at me, try set me free, keep me wondering what the future may be when rolling on. Won't be long, I won't leave it till I sing this song. Don't try to tell me just who I am, you don't know yourself. Spend half the time running out on the street with your mind home on a shelf. Looking at me with your eyes full of fire, rather be seeing me dead. Lying on the floor with a hole in my face and a 10-gauge shotgun at my head. Goodness gracious. Well, let's see. Our third and last question for the evening for both of you,
All right.
or both of us. It's a good question. When do you think you'll play out again, and what are next year's plans? Well, first of all, we really don't know, but we are playing at Natalie's up in Columbus.
We have a gig.
We actually have a gig. We're playing at Natalie's up in Columbus, and I should know. Myra, do you remember? Do you know when that date is? November 10th. We'll be in Columbus at Natalie's.
We will. And there's an early and late show. I believe the late show is 8:30.
Exactly right.
Times have changed.
The way it was meant to be. Yeah. So we're doing 2 shows at Natalie's on November 10th, and obviously we are. I've got a couple of gigs coming up. We had ultimately planned, or previously planned, not ultimately planned, on doing our Beacon show. Well, we know what happened to that.
Wow.
That was our electric show this year, so
Yeah,
I'm just
and-
doing some Make Up Yorma stuff. But, I mean, we're definitely going to have something
And
happening.
there was also that 80th birthday show coming up at the Carnegie. Was it possible, too?
Carnegie, no, it wasn't the Beacon, it was Carnegie Hall. Thank you, Jack, yes. The 80th birthday. Well, the 80th birthday is happening.
Well, it'll be happening no
regardless.
matter when, regardless.
Yeah. Anyhow, yeah, so, right. So the answer is, we're gonna be doing something, because that's what we do.
Yeah, we hope that this 2021 opens up a little bit. We don't know how it's going to be. It's
Yeah.
going to be different than
It's
it's
gonna be
been.
different, and I
know.
see us working down south, we can do more outdoor shows.
Right. I think, I'm hoping next summer we'll open up some
Yeah.
for us. I don't see
It-
too many winter outdoor shows in the
No.
Northeast.
Although I gotta tell you, I did that show up in New Jersey at the racetrack a couple weeks ago, and it was really cold.
We did a show in Florida, and it was the
Oh, well,
coldest show of our
that was
lives.
the coldest, with Susan and Derek a couple years ago. What was that, Clearwater, Myron? Yeah. Somewhere up there, anyway.
It was near the water, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, St. Pete,
It
right.
was like it was in the water.
It was in the 40s. It was very cold.
It was so cold.
That's one of those things I said, I'm glad that we're an opening act and we don't have to play that long.
I never warmed up, no matter how much jumping up and down I did.
No, how could you? How could you warm up? All right, let me double check this guitar here. You know, Jack, before you showed up, I strung all these guitars. I had a guitar stringing party all by myself.
Well, I've got a new bass and new strings, so the whole thing's coming, settling down.
Right. Okay, so yeah. I love these tuners, but I just hate the way they look. I'm taking it off until I have to put it on again.
Shall we?
Hard to beat perfection. So we're gonna do Highway Song. Kick it off, Jack. Well, rolling down the highway, living in the spring, raining somewhere down the road, that don't mean a thing. If I know where I was coming from or going to, I might make it happy, little girl, I'm living here with you, but I'll be gone. Well, for the dawn that comes your way, I'll be gone. I ain't got time to stay here with you. Well, when I get to Washington, take me by the hand, walking the streets of your fair city like living in another land. Up and down, all around, everywhere I go. What tomorrow gonna bring to me, I guess I will never know. I'll be gone for the dawn that comes away. I'll be gone, but I ain't got time to stay here with you. Keep rolling down the highway side, it don't look so bad. Don't look back, I'll get home. Don't worry about tomorrow, don't let it be sorrow down till I be gone. Maybe one day as I'm moving, I might find the end. Come across the desert, baby, come around the bend. Baby, while I'm at the seashore, it might come to me. I'll go down for the last time, we'll just wait and see. I'll be there when the dawn comes away. Make me feel so new. You know I'm here to stay. I love that.
Let's do that in
Oh,
Gotta do
boy.
it. Let me hear it.
Oops. Hey, Chihuahua. Okay, cool. Well, moving right along here. So I figured we'd do
It's not the
River.
stand.
Yeah, thanks, Jack. I figured we'd do River of Time, and
All right.
I figured I might as well use the River of Time guitar. Now, you may have noticed, Jack,
Yeah. You have the, quite an arsenal out there. They're all in tune. They all sound well.
well, I'm not sure they're all in tune. We'll have to check.
And strings aren't ancient.
We'll see. We'll see what's going on here.
So tell me about the narrow body design on that. You know, when I look at from back behind, unlike your Gibson here, that's more narrow in the front and blossoms out towards
Well, this-
the back
this-
of the guitar. That's really a straight, flat surface.
Dimensionally speaking, this guitar is very similar to the Yorma M30s. So it's a 4.0 size guitar, and we designed it shallowly, both with the Martins and Bud Divens, the guy that built this guitar for me, so that it would be easy to rein in the woofiness of
Right.
of a deeper guitar. I mean, it's apples and oranges. The guitars of this shape sound nothing like the J50 anyway.
Right.
It's a different ballgame. But in any case, so with a big body like that, we just didn't really want a lot of
Right.
depth here
Right,
and giving Myron a headache trying to
exactly.
not let all that
Yeah, that's
stuff
interesting. There's
dominate.
big jumbo guitars that use before sound reinforcement to get sound off the stage.
Sure.
Don't always record that well.
Exactly. You know, it's so this guy, the top of this guitar is from a redwood sawmill in California from the mid 1800s. I forget the date exactly, 1850, something like that. Anyhow. Well, the river of time, it marks a line. Birth to death, there is no rhyme. Chance to meet along the way. Will we go or will we stay? On of time, tolling bells. Task on earth is living well. I dreamt my grandma held my hand. Felt a stranger in this land. Her ancient voice cried out to me. Have your choices plain to see. Time to move on down the line. All here floating in the river of time. Well, the banks were shrouded in a fog. From the shore, a barking dog recalled a time I long forgot. Flowers there, forget-me-nots. Saw a wave from friends of mine. We rolled down that river of time. Well, it might be nice, I could have said. Speak to loved ones long since dead. I still flow there on the shore. I shan't see them anymore. Not on this side, but in dreams. Dreams aren't always what they seem. Well, the river flow has just begun. My daughter follows and my son. My time ends, I'll rest on land. While I slumber, they'll still stand. They're part of that endless line. All they're floating in a river of time. As I float through another day, there are no waves to rock my way. Water lifts my spirits high. In this moment, you and I feel the current flow so fine. We roll down that river of time. I love this guitar.
Yeah.
Of course, I love all my guitars.
I mean, it's got such a clear, articulate sound.
It's a
It's
dandy.
almost like a harpsichord to a piano.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Yeah, it's a dandy. All right, so.
Now this song, I love this song. One of the reasons is it's in the key of A flat, which is great for a horn player.
I just couldn't decide which guitar to play, so I guess I'll play this one.
That me clicking? The pickup? Odd. Are they pulsation of some kind?
I'm not loving that sound, Jack.
That's odd. Strange. Perhaps.
As you and I know, after
perhaps
years
it's
being in this business,
in the batteries.
you just never know
Let's try this again.
when something's going to pop up to just shatter the mood of the moment. Of course, we could have used it as a metronome. You know, Jack,
Well,
after all these years
yeah.
of playing
What?
and tuning, there is just no logic to why in any given situation, why any given string decides to go sharp and or flat.
Well, I'm dealing with my own issues over here. So hold on a second.
Take your time,
How are
Jack.
we, Byron? Are we okay? Huh? Well, now you're not getting anything, right? Huh? Neither am I. Okay. Well, let's go on the Natch.
You see, Jack, that's because you're a man and you can do this.
Yeah.
You're a seasoned adult.
All right. We good?
Yeah, I've got signal.
We got a pickup here. All right. Let's hit it.
What's not to like?
That's why I got
As
the
opposed
acoustic
to-
bass for it. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh, boy. Where were we? Oh, yeah, we're in
Yeah.
A flat, right.
We're in A flat.
Get down, child. Gotta find another way. Stop running out and out. That ain't no way to start the day. I hear people talking about the times you spent living in the clouds. You know I ain't no fortune teller. Still I hear your future singing loud. Walking in the shadows with 1,000 shiny mirrors all around. Down an endless cavern, like some princess in a rainy underground. Waiting for tomorrow, and you traded what you'd never mind today. You know, Jack, I gotta say, that bass sounds unbelievable. I mean,
well,
really.
thank
So, whatever pickup thing, whatever you had going, which sounded great while it worked, that's really, there's no other way to put it. That's some good feces.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
Well, it's been a long process, but really rewarding.
Wow, I'm impressed.
And it was great to watch him put it together. He posted a bunch of stuff on YouTube. You know, it literally started out as slabs of wood, and here it is. I mean, that just amazes me. It knocks me out.
Yeah, well, it knocks me out too. Of course, it helps you know how to play the thing too, but you know what I mean. That's awesome. Damn good looking too.
Yes, this is the virtual speaker-like construction. This actually whole top moves this way in and out.
That's awesome.
This out.
All that being said, I'm glad that guitars, as much as I complain about carrying guitars around, at least they're not a bass. No insult intended. You know,
I could
Jack,
always hook a little sled or, up to Chester and have him drag the bass around.
that's right, yes, good idea, yes. Well, I guess Myron just put a new, I'm not playing plugged in, Myron just put a new pickup in this thing here, which I'll be trying out at some point. Myron, I can't wait till I plug it in and it doesn't work, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
Yeah, just a little dark tech
and,
humor.
And particularly in this computer world we live in, you pray more for it just to work in the world, just you do all the right stuff and try to turn it on.
Yeah, and the other thing too is let's just, keeping a modicum of humility, like I went to my vehicle today. We were going to look at something in the motor, and I forgot how to open the hood on the RV. I had to get my wife to open it for me. I mean,
Yeah, she had to come out, and she had videoed
She
the
shot a video.
process, at the RV when you got your orientation.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's how we do it.
Yeah.
That was funny stuff. Hey, at least somebody knew how to do it.
I mean, that wouldn't happen with your 50 Pontiac now, would it? You know where the latch
There
is.
wasn't. Well, that old '51 Pontiac.
51 Pontiac, and you had to have a little heft to get that hood up too.
Yeah, that was, and remember the Indian lit up when you turned the headlights on.
That's right.
Flathead 6.
That's right. I put
Single barrel
I put a
Carter.
Hurst mount on that thing.
Oh, of course you did.
Of a 6.
It had 3 on the tree when I owned it.
I remember sawing into the top of the transmission, through the floor plate, to put the Hurst in there.
I had a 77 Chevy Sport van that I put a Hurst transmission
Oh,
in.
that's right, I remember that.
And it was really great until the floorboards rotted out and the whole thing fell out in the road. Anyhow, okay.
And that Hurst mount, you remember that shift where it would just kind of float up,
It would sort of suck itself into the
had the
next
big
gear.
knob on it, and then with the weight on the top, and that would just float up into every gear.
Did you have the Moon gas pedal that was shaped like a foot?
No, I didn't have that. But
had
if
that
you
in my
remember, there was a
55.
certain technique. It was kind of like holding cans of beer. You shifted almost with the 2 little fingers.
course.
And flipped it up like
With an air of utter nonchalance on your
Yeah,
face.
exactly.
Got it, okay. If you want our sin, get to heaven. Over on, hey now, of the shore, out of the way, bloodstained bed. Oh, good shepherd, feed my sheep. One for Paul, one for Silas, one for to make my heart rejoice. Can't you hear my lambs are calling? Oh, good shepherd, to feed my sheep. If you want, I said, get to heaven over on the shore, out of the way, long tongue line. Oh, good shepherd, feed my sheep. One for Paul, one for Silas, one for to make my heart rejoice. Can't you hear my lambs are calling? Oh, good shepherd, won't you feed my sheep?
said, get to heaven over on here now of the shore, out of the way, gunshot devil. Oh, good shepherd, feed my sheep. One for Paul, one for Silas, one for to make my heart rejoice. Can't you hear my lambs are calling? Oh, good shepherd, won't you feed my sheep?
Well, Mr. Cassidy,
Yeah.
I think it's about time to bring this little episode in for a landing.
Okay.
And we'd sure like to thank that the folks are here, Myron and Andy. People are probably wondering,
Hey, Bob.
oh, Chester, buddy, why don't you call him up here, Jack?
Hey,
while I'm-"
Chester. Chester.
He turned his back on
Chester,
you.
come
and
on,
walked
buddy.
away.
Come on up. Well, you don't know
He
the way.
turned his back on you, Jack.
Yeah. Oh, no. He's a little shy. He's a little shy.
Well, somebody might wonder why Vanessa has been silent. The reason is that our daughter had one of her final volleyball games today, and so she took her to the game, and
Right. Yeah.
hopefully
So
the
that's-
girls.
That's what's going on.
I know
That's
that
like
we're not
fun.
supposed to say, hope the
There's the
girls
boy.
kicked butt today. That's all I
Yeah,
can
come
say.
here, boy. Yeah.
Buddy, there he is.
There he is.
Yeah.
How you doing, buddy? Yeah. All right. I know it's dinner time. You know, it's 5 after 5, and I swear, you want me? He's about to.
Yeah, Jack. I don't know.
It's 5 after 5. He
Well,
knows at
yeah.
5:30 it's dinner time. So
It's
just
5
like-
o'clock somewhere. So I'm going to give
Priorities
you
are
an
priorities.
opportunity here, Mr. Cassidy.
He's
Which
born
would-
for the stage.
He's just checking out the perimeter. It's all
Yep.
good. Which would you like to close with? Would you prefer That'll
Yes.
Never Happen No More or Keep Your Lamps Trimmed and Burning? You make the call.
Ah, let's do lamps. I like that.
Fine with me. I love them both.
It's apropos as well.
I'm more than okay with that.
Okay.
So anyhow, yeah. So we'll see you next week, of course. And
So I'm going to be out here for 6 weeks, something like that.
good.
Something.
We got a
I'm
bunch.
parked in your driveway for 6 weeks.
You can park
I
in
love
my
it.
driveway. You're the ultimate house guest.
Yeah, that's because I brought my own house.
Thanks again, folks. We're gonna bring it in for landing with this one. Well, now, mother, don't you stop a praying. Father, I said, keep right on praying. Don't you stop a praying, for this old world is almost done. Keep your lamps trimmed and burning. Keep your lamps trimmed and burning, for this old world is almost done. Well, sister, don't you stop a praying. Brother, I said, keep right. Sister, don't you stop a praying, for this old world is almost done. Keep your lamps trimmed and burning. Keep your lamps trimmed and burning, for this old world is almost done. Keep your lamps trimmed and burning. Keep your lamps trimmed and burning, for this whole world is almost done. We'll keep our lamps trimmed and burning. Keep our lamps trimmed and burning, for a race is almost run. Hey, thanks a lot, folks, and thanks for everybody that's helped support us. We really couldn't have done it without you. We had no idea, but anyway, thanks very much, and we will see you all next week. Have
That's
a
right.
great week. Stay well.